Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears. Last time we proceeded through the majority of the facility here, searching into Zeboim, and found a bunch of stuff that we needed to deactivate in order to proceed, including apparently this one. We decreased the pressure, now we can move forward. Alright, so if we pop over here, you don't need to check out this one first, but if you do go in here, you'll find out something that, kind of explains something a little bit later. We need a password. Well, how are we going to figure out the password if we don't have it and we don't have some kind of computer genius? Anyway, before going in here, make sure you're healed up. Make sure that you have some decent equipment on. Ether Doubler would be very nice in the upcoming fight, as would the Lunar Rod, depending on which strategy you would like to make use of. Anyway, let's enter here. Another one of these doorways. And this is June Mermaid. Your blood. Coldness and sadness. What's gotten into Elly? Who's been here for so long? This place has been sealed for 4,000 years. No one could survive that. Elly, where did you go? Oh, it's like a purification chamber as a buffer between two, like a clean room and the outside. It's been used. Well, obviously not recently. Elly, what are you doing? Wait a... We need a password, didn't we? Elly? What did you do? And how did you do it? And what were you talking about? Elly? Satan? Who are you? Elly, are you alright? You seem like you might be, being manipulated again. That's not a good sign. And whatever she did raised this tube of green water? Great, she resurrected a troll doll. Looks very much like a troll doll. And it's naked. Joy. Yeah, this song is called June Mermaid. And I won't talk too much about it now because there's a better point in time to talk about it. But just approach the glass here and we can continue with the scene. So yeah, she changed into human form and she's naked. Naked. On the Super Nintendo, they changed so many of the costumes from Final Fantasy villains who didn't wear enough clothes. Hell, summons, bosses, stuff like that all the time. The only slight bit of nudity we got was a little tiny 16-bit sprite in Final Fantasy IV that did a striptease for us. We have PlayStation level graphics and naked. Square, you're sending mixed signals here. Okay. Body is most likely constructed from autonomic machines on a molecular scale. In other words, a colony of nanomachines. Nice. Now, I'm definitely getting a Borg vibe going on right about now. the existence or key factor which God will guide us to free humanity from its yoke. Didn't he just say a couple episodes back, or even maybe last episode, that he didn't believe in God and there was no God? This guy is confusing and a little over the top and a little bit crazy. Okay, a lot crazy. Yeah, he's beyond batshit insane. And somehow they knew how to do that, and her hair goes down and it's no longer troll-like, it's normal-ish. Needs to be in the hands of an honorable person. Which, of course, is not you. How's it going to be the salvation of humanity? No, most definitely not. Do I really need to explain that to you? If you don't get it, you're one of those people who just won't get it. Yeah. That's... well, I'm not going to get into political discussion. Never mind. Yeah, I agree with Billy on this one. Yeah. So, using that, you save chosen people. If not, we try to save everybody. I'm going to go for trying to save everybody even if we fail. Hopefully we can save more people than you've chosen. Okay, we can't save anyone, so we're basically hooped. Or we could try something else. Now, your job is to bring it to Krellian. So they weren't after weapons. They were after the nanomachine colony? Child? It's not a child, it's a colony of nanomachines. I'm not even sure if it's conscious. Hello? Wake up. She hasn't really done anything so far. Well, considering what they said earlier about children and priests, I'm a little scared at this situation. No doubt. It cannot be helped. I don't have time to convince you further. Please excuse me. And I think the doll is, or the nanomachines are walking on their own. Almost call it a troll doll again. But maybe not. And sorry to have kept you two ladies waiting. It's time for you to do your job, elements. Yes, we're finally meeting 2 more of the elements. In fact, this is pretty much it. Some sources say that Elly is also a member of the elements, but there's usually 4 elements. And we have 2 names here, Talone and Serafita. Now, like the other 2, Dominia and... I can't remember the other one's name. Oh, bugger. Either way, so yeah. In this case, we have these 2, and like the other 2, they are referencing to orders or classes of angels. All 4 of them, to some extent, have that reference. Seraphita, more obviously, is kind of a reference to seraphim, which of course is the plural of seraph, or angel. They're often the highest order of angels, and specifically, according to my research there, in the Dionysian hierarchy, which I don't know what that references, but I know Dionysian is what the Greek god of wine, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure what that has to do with angels. It may have just been a term that they borrowed to use. I don't know. But they're meant to buy me some time here. Talone, on the other hand, is referenced the 3rd rank in the Dionysian order of angels. It's also related to the word throne or throne or something to that extent. That's kind of the reference they were going for. But there's not a whole lot of information I got from this, other than the research that I did said that Talon might be the third ranked of all of them. Dominia seems kind of like second in command, maybe the leader, and the other lady whose name escapes me right now, the one who's always kind of in control and knows what's going on, I think she's supposed to be the leader, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Seraphita, the one with pink hair, she's on the lower end of the totem pole. You'll find out why in a moment. Okay, a little bit of slang. She doesn't like dark places. Now that relates to something else. With Seraphita or Seraphim, you know, the idea is that that class of angel stands for love, light, and fire. So she doesn't like dark places. That's probably a reference to that. She's also fire elemental, which goes to the other one. Seraphim or Talon is wind elemental. So now I forgot to mention this before, or at least I think no, I did mention it before about the wind rings and the fire rings. You could do that. It's not necessary. Yeah, see, the elements are very much loyal to Ramses. They don't particularly care about Krelian or anything else that's going on politically. They're all devoted to Ramses for varying different reasons. They go into that a little more, but a lot of it stems down to how charismatic he is, which is why a lot of people followed him before, including Satan and Sigurd. Hurry up and lose. Well, I'm not going to lose. I'm actually going to slaughter you, but in the meantime, let's have something funny. Well, excuse us. I'm not running that clip. No, not happening. Yeah, you don't want to make Ramses look bad. We can get this mission over with sooner than we thought. Yeah, we didn't know how to operate the machinery, so we were confused. That's not really how enemies go about things, is it? Thanking the good guys for helping? And we get a little nickname there. Psychologically superior. Yeah, they may be psychologically superior. If you take a look at Seraphita's poster there, she's kinda demi-human-ish. You know, the different skin color. The face is kind of cat-like or maybe fox-like. She's definitely some kind of a demi-human. You know, the green eyes, of course, don't help either. But she's not the only member of the elements that's kind of different. If you remember, actually, I don't think they've mentioned that, so I'll hold off on some information about Dominia for later. Psychologically superior. Your gin and tonic futon brain cyborg implants sure make you smart. Yes, she's an idiot. Positronic photon brain. She's an idiot. A sleepy drunk. It's already bad enough, this positronic photon brain cyborg. It's bound to get us in trouble with the makers of Star Trek! I love it. It's so awesome. They make obvious references and then make fun of themselves for making those references. It's so awesome. I'm not sure how much of the humor aspect of this was included in the Japanese version. I have taken some Japanese classes in the past, but nowhere near a competent level to like play a game in Japanese. So, that being the case, I haven't played it and I don't kind of know that aspect of it. Maybe a lot of the humor was placed in kind of after the fact during the translation. It might have been there from the beginning. It's hard to say. Humor seems to be kind of odd when it transfers from Japanese to English. Sometimes it doesn't always work, which is why super literal translations of anime and video games usually don't work out very well. Anyway, we've got boss time. So, in this one, we want to start off with Renki. This will allow our next ether to hit everyone. They're going to start off with using some of their most powerful attacks, which hit everyone and do a butt ton of damage. However, The wind elemental damage is much less than the fire elemental damage, so I'm going to protect myself against fire, which is why I used Ranky to begin with. First things first, Holy Light. This is why a great idea to have Billy here, who can go full heal right now and kind of reset the battle. Start off with Ranky there when I get my turn, and we want to block fire with Suisei. And I'm not sure if this is like for multiple turns or if it's just like one hit, but it's more than enough to help me take down this boss fight pretty quickly. Okay, so I do have the Ether Doubler on Elly, and that will be important. I'm actually going to use, now technically, like I looked at the battle mechanics fact, and the power for these 4 spells is 1.0. Power for these is 1.1. So I'm just going to stick with these since they basically do the same amount of damage anyway. I'm going to start with the water elemental attacks and take down the Fire Lady first because, like I said, she's more powerful. And 800 damage. Yeah, I think they each have 2,000 to 2,500. And she steals EP. Okay then. And other than that, just go with Death Blows. With Billy on my next turn, I'm actually going to use Goddess Call to raise Elly's speed. Yeah, see, I'm not too worried about her doing 66 damage to somebody. Seraphita does a lot more than that. So yeah, Goddess's Call speeds up, so I'm going to use that on Elly since she's doing the most damage in this fight. Be careful with Billy's guns here, because his Ether Gun, his square attack, can actually heal, I think both of them, but I know for sure he can heal Talon there. I just took her down already. So yeah, be careful with Billy. He's not going to do as much damage, which is one of the things about Billy that can make him ineffective in a lot of normal battles or even boss fights, because it doesn't matter what type of attack you're doing, you're always going to have some kind of element in there which will heal them for the first little bit, and then so yeah, use Earth against Talon, and then do a little bit of healing, which of course will be counteracted. But let's see if we can get a turn in with Billy and show you exactly how that works. Unless this kills her. Okay, so we do get a turn. So the first shot here heals, and then use triangle, which does a little bit of damage. See, it goes down, and now you do your combo, but you've already lost, 70 to 100 damage from what he could have otherwise done. So he's not really doing all that much damage. And that should be pretty much the boss fight right there. It really isn't all that difficult. And we get the drives and lots of money. Anyway, we've done the job and they're gone. Yeah, she's kind of like a ditzy anime comedy character. We don't really learn a whole bunch about the remaining elements. Now, there is basically me running all the way back, so I'm going to run back to the first save point that we saw there, and unless I find a battle that I haven't shown off before, I will meet you at that save point. Okay, never mind. I forgot we had this scene after we went through the next part of the area there. Yeah, just going through the next door, we get this scene cuts to. I don't really, well, I do know why, but it cuts to this scene, and these lines of dialogue show up similar to what Elly was talking about. Not too sure exactly. What's going on here? Whose child? Who's that guy in white? These flashbacks to 4,000 years ago? Whose flashbacks are these? The dialogue's all going automatically. I can't control it, sorry. We get the heartbeat. Almost kind of looks like Faye. And we get this sequence again with the pendant and that kid saying he over and over again. See ya. What do you mean, see ya? What's going on here? Faye woke up? Well, that's good. Where'd he go? Anyway, if there's a new battle, I will show it to you. If not, I will meet you over at the save point. Okay, so we did find a new enemy along the way. So this is the one I was mentioning before. I don't remember what your name is. Takes damage from healing items and dies, but it absorbs like everything else or does 0 damage or whatever. Not really worthwhile fighting. Gives a decent amount of money, but it's a rare encounter, so. Okay, so we did find the other enemies at long last. These ones are shell bells. They kind of look like, depending on how you look at it, kind of looks like a female's face with, you know, lots of cleavage below there and some weird hat. I think they're supposed to be something else. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But they have a lot of HP. And they can put your party members to sleep, so you gotta be aware of that. Let's see here. Yeah, unfortunately they can put you to sleep, which does kind of suck because it targets all party members. Yeah. Alright, so see here. See if we can end one of them at least. So that one's a lot more cool than the one after it, the square triangle one. I don't think they're immune to anything in particular. And I'm going to sleep again. Fast forward. Thank you. Now, I did fight a couple of battles, and I did learn my final level, or not my final, but my XX death blow. So we've got another one to make use of here. Not enough to take them out. Oh, can you use poison too? You can! How nice. Let's use a fizz. I wonder which one it is. Do it the easy way and we'll use that one. Wake you up. There we go. And with your turn, I'm going to show off Sting Kick, which is her next one. I don't think Billy's learned his yet. He's a little below on levels. There we go. Alright, now I will meet you at the save point. Alright, so this is the room I was talking about here. The idea is it's all along the way. Anyway, for whatever reason, I got here and stood still on the save point, was about to start recording again, pressed the square button to go into the menu, and somehow that triggered a battle. I've never seen that before, but all the power to you. At this point, you just want to basically heal up. I use a survival tent, make sure your equipment is good. Hopefully you have Billy with you. If not, you're probably in for a bit of hurt. We should be good with the equipment we have on. Actually, that is one thing I would like to do. I keep forgetting to do that. So press right when you have Billy. Actually, I'm pretty much right out of ammo right now. So what you do is you go and you select the next one, press the button, it moves one more over, and you lose however many missing shells you were left. So say you had 99, you do that, you only gain 1 shell. I only had like 2 shells left, so I'd move it over, I lose those 2 shells, and get, you know, basically they go to nothing. Ammo's cheap enough that I'm not worried about it. And I'm pretty much at the same point with this stuff, so I'm not going to use that because I can't buy it yet, so I'm just going to throw that on for now. Not too worried about his damage output. He's going to be healing for the next boss fight for a lot of it. Let's take a look here. Still haven't learned Banfrau, or however you pronounce that, but we will learn that eventually. And yeah, as far as equipment goes, you're pretty good with you know, anything that ups your attack power, evasion, speed. The Ether Doubler is not necessary on Elly for the upcoming fight, but there's not really anything else I can put there that would be more effective. So, you know, I could give her a little bit more power or something like that, but she's not going to deal that much damage in this fight anyway, so I don't care. Anyway, that's pretty much all the time I had for this episode of Let's Play Xenogears. Next time, we will try and get out of here. The reason why I saved here, the reason why I'm prepping up, should be obvious, so next time we will enjoy that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.